go.
Yeah, just gonna leave it at that. Well, you know what? I'm gonna let Ray dial that audio because he's the guy.
He is the man. Yeah, just push it down until you see the green. You're good.
Next time we may have to find some of these clips that can be pivoted. Everybody wants to come from here, and they just like
now,
hers,
will
they
just
shoot off to the side.
Remind me of that. Send me a message about it because I keep forgetting about it.
If you can pinch it on your shirt, if it's off to the side,
it really gets horrible.
Well, keep more air conditioning. You got to crank it up loud. And then I'm also like with him. I was getting buried. You guys were getting buried. He was screaming so loud.
He was a loud dude.
He is, but I did what I could.
You did a great job. You did a great job. Now that's then on the I'm one, or I'm three, and he's two, Ed's one. So left to right.
Sibilance, 407 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this
continent. Level talking on this? Or
yeah, probably just, my normal speaking voice,
You will give a good hearty laugh.
Oh, yeah.
Scott's.
Exactly. Keep talking.
You make me laugh. To Gulag with you.
You are a wonderful person. Oh, goddamn.
Ah, my friend. How was time in Gulag? So.
Baba. Baba. I do not say blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, no, no.
Is my hair in the way?
No, your hair's good.
No, but I'm going to be picking up more of him than I am of you.
Because it's aimed at me.
If you can, the
Center.
best way is to literally have it pinched on your shirt, not on the collar.
How about that?
Yeah, a little too much, but it's fine. Just needs a little bit so it stays straight up.
Yeah. We're a lower slung top and hat right there on your bra.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, a lot better.
January.
Okay. Okay, keep talking. So what I'm doing today is knitting a pair of socks that will go on somebody's feet that probably smell like a sloth. Am I doing okay?
Yep, you're
Still
doing
going?
Doing
Yay.
great.
Thank
You're
you.
fucking awesome. That's what you are. You're a goddamn beautiful bitch.
Don't think I want to know.
Well, it's because when I had her and Alyssa over, we stopped at AM/PM and we got Reese's cups. Well, I had also eaten something with onions before, and I burped, and it was a onion-filled Reese's peanut butter burp.
Jesus.
And it was foul. Foul. And she really did think she was going to die. It was fantastic. Is it okay for me to have my cup with the Star Wars shit on it?
I prefer it not be on the table, but I'll show you why in a minute. It's not that big.
Well, I just don't want, like, Disney to come back and bite us.
No,
Dead
this
ass.
thing you've already paid for.
That's true. Oh, this too. torso. Get it in the hole. So, Ray, when we were doing the show before, did you know that Ed and I were dating?
No.
No? We really did keep it that secret?
I honestly, I didn't even. I heard the whole conversation. I was busy focusing on taking care of the audio. I wasn't even.
Hoot. So yeah, Seven tried introducing me to Ed, and I kept putting him off, and then we met, and then when we started dating, we didn't tell anybody.
Okay.
So we'd come over to Seven's house, and we'd be in different cars. Go home, have sex. And here Seven's like, man, you need to be dating. I'm like, no, I'm good. And then I started talking about this person that I was dating, and it was him.
We had like a code.
It was Mr. Big.
Mr. Big, that's right.
I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah, we did. And then he started coming over and doing the show with us, and we'd sit there under the table, and I'd have my hand in his lap, or he'd have his hand on my knee, or whatever. We're playing footsie. He's cool.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because the audio is pretty much okay, I'm going to show you a little trick. So what I do is the upper broadcast software is got, just like in Photoshop, you get a layer. So if I turn the little eye off, it goes up. That's the only thing we're going to do. It's just that or that.
Where are you clicking at?
Right here where it says MBBFS.
Oh, okay.
You just turn that off. So I'm gonna go over there. You're gonna hit go live, and then we're gonna be quiet, and then you can go to Doom, and we'll start up.
We'll do is go live. Then I'll come over, bring your volume up, and tell you guys, and then I'll come over here and you'll see you guys.
Yeah, just a couple seconds is no big deal.
Yeah. That's no problem.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Because I always like it when you lead in with that slightly.
I do too. Couple moments is no big deal. People know things are coming. So
Yeah. Well, it also helps with the sync.
syncing. Yes, it does help with the syncing. All right. Well, in that case,
Put your mic on.
boy, this is familiar, huh?
Yeah.
This is just like
Old
Oliver got
times.
sick. I know Oliver got sick, and so he couldn't be in. And then Ray showed up, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
I always show up with new toys.
I wasn't intending to press gang you, but I appreciate your time. Let me get an audio check in for Ray. Us right, I was just a fucking wee lost sitting in the goddamn back of the fucking airplane. A son of a bitch came in and he's all like, I'm gonna take us home. And I'm like, where's your fucking home? He's all, Las Vegas. I'm like, I don't want to be around whores. Not the ones that, they're talking about. I left my little spongy thing.
If it's yours, make it yours.
So, would you mind?
A little dabble, do ya? Brew
Cooler
cream,
Mates,
a little
long
dabble,
next-
do ya?
It's amazing how well this stuff works.
It has aloe vera.
Mm-hmm. Even if it looks ridiculous.
That way you can maintain your moisture
It's
level.
exactly it.
You're helping
It's the
Seven
first
stay
time I
moist.
ever. I don't
Oh, I do have
normally.
my sponge. I keep forgetting that I have the sponge.
I don't normally put makeup on.
Could you help me with the spongy?
Sweet Jesus.
To smooth it out, because I want to look good for the camera. Thank you. It's amazing how you don't have to get detail work done very well. Oh, you need to get more, don't you? Because I'm so red.
I would have taken you for a copper IED person. With
Uh-huh.
a sponge. And yes, I did intentionally say IED.
He did. He did. He did.
How does that look?
It looks, on camera it's fine. You can put that shit on like a fucking thick.
Cake slather.
Okay, so really quickly, I'm going to see if I fit next to Annie because I'm a little tall. Am I in the frame?
Top of your head's not.
Top of my head's not.
Well, we're not live yet, are we?
No, we're not live. We're not live yet.
Damn it, cords everywhere.
Damn it,
Sorry.
Bobby.
The new desk is coming. We just got the lumber ordered.
It's foreplay right now.
Right.
Is that not how it works? Don't you have foreplay first?
Ah, touchy mouse.
Yeah, so the
Get
very
on
top
the Wi-Fi
one.
ass.
Touchy,
See
touchy.
myself.
How the ass?
Wi-Fi.
You know, I'm okay with that because any higher and like Annie's gonna have a huge bunch of headroom around her, and I'll just kind of slouch a little bit. There we go. That's good.
All right, Canoodle, and the password is.
Canoodle.
It's capital
Capital
C, AN00DLE. Oh wait, I want to try this.
I can't see. Oh, I can right there. Like I can't see my.
Chandler Bing.
I like the way it disappears.
Yeah, me too.
Do it again.
We're gonna be the best douches on the internet.
We've all got our own douche flutes.
We got our own douche flutes. Oh, I've never heard that term.
Hold your flutes, douches.
Okay.
Okay.
So, the secret to this, to be engaging to the audience, is actually look at the camera.
You guys go too crazy, and
Yeah.
the green's really going to splash everywhere.
Well, what's interesting is it does diffuse to a degree, but yeah, definitely. So that pair of headphones, why don't you throw those off the table because there's no need for them to be up there. And I guess we're good. Oh, I got to turn off my ringer.
Turn off your dinger.
Turn off my dinger.
Yeah, right. Is it okay if I play with the big red ball?
I was hoping that you'd play with the big red ball.
All right.
I think Meathead will find that funny.
Probably not.
Talk for a little bit more.
Yeah,
Especially if
absolutely.
Sally sees it.
So I've got my audio level here. I'm just going to look ahead instead of looking down at the mic like an idiot because
What
that's
mic?
not helpful to anybody.
You just pretend the mic isn't there.
Yeah, you just pretend it's not there. That's the idea. I'm touching it, so I'm fucking up, Ed. I'm fucking up. Hold up. Oh, I see what I did. I really fucked up. There we go.
Fucking up.
Fucking up, dude.
Fucking up, man.
All right.
We'll crank that shit up.
So the secret is the camera itself, the lens is where we should look, but that little bitty screen is probably a good spot. But you can also look up and see yourself. And if you look up there, it's not too bad.
All right.
All right. Woohoo. Sit up straight. Get the boobs in a line. All right.
This is
Seven, get your boot in line, too.
yeah. My man boobs are totes in line, bitch. They're skookum. I wore this
should wear
black
my-
shirt on purpose.
I should wear the gray thing that I wore to work the other day when you went. Sweet Jesus, Tits McGee.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember the gray one that I wore the other day?
Yeah, I do actually. It's pretty nice. I like being tall.
It was too tight for you to see down.
Oh no, sweetheart.
It wasn't?
I'm that tall. And you usually sit when I walk near your desk.
All right, you guys good?
Well,
Yeah, we're good.
he's the one that introduced us, so he kind of.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I'll start.
Yes. Are we going live?
Welcome everybody. Hi.
Hi.
So this is the revival of an old podcast. Hi there, folks. My name is Seven Bates. This is Annie Black, and that's Mr. Ed Moore. This is, of course, a revival of More Black and Baits, a podcast that you definitely didn't fucking listen to. But we've decided now that we have Canoodle Network and we have a Canoodle Studio. We're actually a television show now, so we've gone ahead and revamped. And it's a pleasure to get a chance to not fucking see you, but you can see us. So after we're done with our initial introductions, I want you to go ahead, if you're watching this, feel free to leave us a question in the comments. We are what you would refer to as a general entertainment and advice show. The focus is typically about relationships and interactions with friendships, things like that. So if you have any questions, anything embarrassing or ridiculous that you want to share with us or not, feel free to throw it in the comments, and we'll get to those as soon as we can. So, hi guys, it's fucking great, huh?
Hey,
Hi.
it's awesome to be back. It's
Hi.
been far too long. Hello.
Hi.
It really has been far too long. Annie and I, for anybody who did watch the show,
Listen to.
yeah, listen to the show. Thank you. You got to correct me on that a lot. You may remember that it used to be Black and Baits, and a couple of years ago, we in the process of doing the show, realized that our good buddy Ed was just a delight and was so much fun to come on the show. So he showed up, and we all had these three
With a
unique
warped sense of humor.
perspectives. Yeah, little fun thing. And my incredibly dense ass didn't notice that they started dating, and now they're married.
We are. We are.
See?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
It is all.
It
this
is all.
Show,
We blame you.
this
This show caused it.
This show that you never listened to.
The
Len.
show didn't cause it.
No.
I will say, if you can go onto SoundCloud, or SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, and look up our old shows, they're hilarious. I went back about a month ago and was listening while Seven was setting up the studio. And during breaks at work and housework and whatnot, I was dying laughing at the comedy level that we had, the interaction. So I'm looking forward to furthering our three-way relationship. And
Right. More
continuing.
bigger.
Yeah.
More bigger, more better.
More bigger. So we should give you some background really quickly to introduce ourselves. Let's go ahead and start with Ed. Ed's a Scotsman.
Born here in the States, but the family background is Scottish. And yes, I am one of those crazy kilt-wearing, caber-tossing Scotsmen.
Yes.
Yes.
You are.
Thanks, Meathead. This was in the studio. So anybody who watches Canoodle, you'll know that the Meathead show is Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Meathead is, of course, the fantastic, multi-talented variety show host who provides us with some of our most, the coolest guests, live concerts, all kinds of on-site location events and stuff. And apparently, Meathead left his little clown honker.
Oh.
I thought it was kind of nice. Of course, I just screwed up the makeup job that Annie did on my schnoz because I actually had a red dot just like that. I had a little teenage boogie, a little zit.
Yeah, your bindy's in the wrong spot.
My bindi. But either way, so that's Ed. Ed's a wonderful, Ed's one of those guys who I like to talk him up because he's got talents in so many different areas.
Yes,
he's
he
like
does.
a medieval creationist. Recreationist. He does leather work, and he does arts and crafts. He's super cool. He's an educator, and you gotta love educators. Everybody's gotta love educators. And do you specialize or working with special needs kids, or is that just kind of been your focus?
That's my focus. My specialty is working with autistic students as well as emotionally disturbed students.
Now, emotionally disturbed is probably his background because of the family and friends that he's got.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And his wife.
And my wife.
Yes, but his wife is one of my nearest and dearest friends. Is one of my oldest friends. I love her very much.
I'm not that old.
It was very hard, and she'll vie for this. When she used to ask me when she was single, she's like, "Do you know any single guys?" I'm like, "Not a single one who's worth a damn." And then finally, one single dude showed up, locked his ass in the chamber. I introduced them just as like a little casual, like, "Hey, he's just come and do the podcast with us," and they kept their relationship secret from me for how long would you say?
Several months.
Several months.
Several months.
Now, it doesn't help that I am dense. Does not help. Because everybody else associated with the show, my wife, all these people pretty much figured it out. But not this guy.
No.
Yeah,
No. When did we meet? We met working on a newspaper project, didn't we?
The Bakersfield News Network.
That's right.
Yes, we did. And I was actually in the process of getting divorced for the umpteenth time. And you had actually tried to introduce me to Ed several times. And I kept putting it off and dating losers
Oh, big time.
and still putting it off.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She was putting out for loser schlubs, man. It was terrible. I mean, good
No,
God.
See, I wasn't putting out. That was the problem.
This is very true. It's very true. Annie is only a hussy from my mother's perspective.
That's
There's
right.
a wonderful photograph of her dressed up as Mrs. Claus, and I was dressed up as Santa Claus. We just happened to be at a Christmas party together. We got a picture of her sitting in my lap. My mother got on Facebook, and she's like, "Who is that floozy?
Tattooed floozy.
Tattooed floozy, that painted lady." And I was like, "That's Mrs. Claus."
Such a bad influence.
Such a terrible influence.
Yeah. So, thanks to you and Facebook, you had posted something about a recipe with meat or something, I can't remember, and Ed commented, and I bantered back, and then I went to his profile and saw him in his kilt and said, I need to know who that man is. And I messaged him, and we messaged back and forth for a couple days, and we met for coffee, and I made him cry, and that was it.
Tears of laughter.
Oh, okay.
Tears of laughter.
Yeah.
That was it. That was we started seeing each other slowly from November when we met until
And just as friends first, it wasn't
Yeah.
anything serious.
No, yeah.
Up until
March.
Well,
yeah.
you guys had enough experience with relationships. You knew not to rush things and
Oh,
be
yeah.
smart about it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's just been one of the greatest love stories ever. I was there for their wedding.
Yep.
It was beautiful. It's been lovely watching them grow a home together with all of their little furry and feathered family. It's just, it's fantastic. And of course, these two are some of my favorite culinary buddies. So their house is always full of good food.
Oh yeah, we love to cook.
I did not help their waistlines by getting them together, but I will say
That is why we are bigger.
more. I've actually shrunk a bit, but you didn't see me on the podcast, so it's kind of a thing. I'm in the process of still shrinking.
What he lost, I gained.
It's all good. It's all good.
Because he's fat and happy.
That's right. I working up a new, a tea kettle for a sex machine. That's what it is.
It's a food baby.
So let's go ahead and talk about what our show is for the new viewers. How would you describe the show, Ed?
We're an eclectic show. We talk about everything: entertainment, what's happening in the news, things that affect us or affect friends of ours that we might want to bring up. You name it, we talk about it. It's kind of a cross between not necessarily the news and Loveline.
It's a very good way of putting it. Yeah, Annie has always been into the idea of doing an advice show, and she's done it for years, both as the Bakersfield News Network, by the way, that Annie and I met through, is being revived this summer. Bakersfield News Network will be coming live as well throughout the Canoodle Network, and we'll be having on-site journalists and all kinds of opinion pieces. We're located in Bakersfield, California. Now, Bakersfield is a really interesting, eclectic city. It's like the perfect microcosm to represent the entire country. It's got specific industries, which, just like America, tend to be petrochemical and farming. It's got, like a lot of families, large art district downtown, a bunch of freeways that run through it. It's kind of butt ugly in some spots, really freaking badass in others. It's just a wonderful little town.
And a hodgepodge of smells.
Oh, yeah.
See, having grown up in San Diego and moved up here 13 years ago, one really can't brace oneself for the homogenizing smell of petrochemical and agriculture.
And that is not my fault. However, I would also like to say that Bakersfield has a very broad spectrum of demographics.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a little bit of everything here in town, definitely.
One of the jokes that I always tell people anecdotally is that in Bakersfield, you'll never meet anybody who you're just kind of meh about. You either fucking love everybody you meet or you want to throw them in a wood chipper. There's nothing in between.
Fargo.
Yeah.
Fargo.
Yeah. So it really gives us a lot to work off of. And, we take trips down to LA, sometimes the Bay Area. So, we're more of a California show. But we are open for anybody, anywhere, asking us questions and hitting us up with the comments. What you're going to see are segments where we're going to discuss the news, kind of the funny goings-on that's happening. We're going to try to talk about news that isn't quite so depressing. If you're looking for a place to tune in and get good news or things that just make you kind of laugh or make you think, this is a good spot for it. Ed is kind of like the shit at finding all kinds of really awesome things that are just entertaining and fun. And I'm expecting he's going to be bringing a lot of that with him, as well as some great recipes and cool stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I was hoping to
definitely.
tap his culinary art, because that guy knows a bunch of really cool stuff. And he's a big crafter. And
We're married now. You're not tapping anything of his.
In the proverbial sense, not the biblical sense.
Take away all the fun.
I don't
Either
care what he
way.
does with the Bible. He's still not typing you.
Annie, of course, is like a craft princess. She knows it all, and she can do everything, and she just, she has a really fun perspective. So we're going to be relying on her to bring us a lot of interesting stuff, too. And then I'm just the asshole who's watching them kind of go and throwing in my 2 cents. So, again, we're super excited about this. What's going on in the news today? I mean, we're going to go ahead and actually do an entire episode. We wanted to give you an introduction. What's going on in the news right now?
Let's see.
I found something on Facebook.
What'd you find?
A gentleman in Russia was sentenced because he was playing Pokemon Go in church.
Oh boy.
You can actually go to jail for that? Is that like a blasphemy law?
Apparently, it was because he playing the game denounces both Jesus and Muhammad, and that's, I guess, a crime. I didn't get much into the article because some of it was clickbait, and I didn't want to get into all that.
I know the Eastern Orthodox is very stringent.
Right.
Especially the Russian Orthodox are very stringent on, showing respect in the church during the service. So,
so
not necessarily jail-worthy, but...
Right, and there was, from what I remember in the article, there was a while back a female band called the Pussy Rioters.
Oh, Pussy Riot.
They were sentenced also for the same thing.
Yes. For all of America's flaws, there's one thing for darn sure. There's no blasphemy laws out here. There's no idea that's above, ripping apart and wiping your ass with it. I love that.
Freedom.
Yeah.
America.
Fuck yeah. And there's also
America.
some kind of interesting things that have happened in the big news. And this isn't necessarily very depressing so much as just kind of bonkers. Our generation gets its own kind of Watergate, apparently, because the president is being investigated by his FBI director, and then he fires his ass. It's kind of funny. I have to admit, when you watch this story as a news junkie like me, the general consensus that you get from all journalists inside the Beltway or out in Washington is, what the fuck? Like, nobody was prepared for it. Even the White House staff were unprepared for it. Nobody knew it was coming. And the way it was done seems to have been so poorly orchestrated that it might actually cause trouble for the president, who's just now starting. I mean, Trump has only been in office for about 110, 100, something like that, like a little bit more than 100 days. And I mean, homie's got like problems right now. I mean, I'm sure he's got lots of projects he wants to undertake at some point here, but whoopsie. So that's kind of an interesting thing. I don't think really it's going to play out necessarily right now. The standing director, who's the interim director, gave up and gave a testimony before the Senate, I believe it was, under maybe I've been a joint session, and basically said a couple of really big fibs, things that had already been corroborated or rather explained by White House staff and the press secretary who's filling in for Spicer. He spoke like things that contradicted what they already said. So it's a really big, weird story. I don't know about you guys, but my entertainment at watching the Trump administration, if you didn't like Obama, cool. If you like Trump, whatever, your politics are irrelevant compared to me, to the entertainment factor.
Keystone Cops.
Oh my God.
Definitely.
I'm fucking loving it. I mean, and the dude who was famous for you fired him with an envelope, and he had like sent his assistant to go do it. And what I find interesting about it was the FBI director was in California when this happened. He was giving a speech to cadets, or maybe it was a police academy, and it came on the news as he was in front of the people he was speaking to. He had to get on his freaking phone and be like, "Is this true? I'm fired? What the fuck?" It's like, Oops.
Wow.
Kind of a fun day.
Oops. Oopsie poopsie.
Oopsie poopsie.
Yes. One other interesting thing is, those of you that know me know that I've gotten into vaping pretty heavily.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's do it. Let's pull out our douche flutes.
The douche flute. The vape.
Ed manufactured this for me, and Annie's going to get her douche flute.
Douche flute.
So this is the California acceptable form of carcinogen. She's reaching into her sack.
Pull out my douche flute.
Ready? On three, douche fluters. This is the stupidest fucking thing. I just love it.
It's
I
great.
just fucking love it. I can't help it. Ed makes these. Ed puts these together. He mixes his own juices. He does all kinds of stuff. I'm thinking that we might even try to get Ed to do his own show about vaping and vape hardware. There's a lot of great guys out there, like it was a Graham Greene or
Grim Green.
Grim Green.
He's one of my favorites,
Yeah.
obviously, because I know
Squid
his name.
Squid Dude.
Squid Dude.
He does some great tutorials on coil building. But the interesting thing is back in August, the FDA had deemed that this is a tobacco product. This whole thing, this is tobacco. And the only thing that we can figure out why is it was sponsored by Big Tobacco, because this is pulling money away from the tobacco companies because it's a safer alternative. And they've also made it illegal for the vape shops to tell people that this is a safer alternative to smoking.
They made it illegal for that?
They cannot tell people that it's safer. And they're going against all of the research that the rest of the world is doing. Europe, Britain is pushing hard.
Embracing it.
Embracing the e-cigarette. Not craze, lifestyle now, because they see that it's safer. They've done independent research, studies, not just in Britain, but in France, in Poland, a lot of different places showing that what they've determined, it's 95% safer. Nothing is 100% safe.
Yeah, nothing's 100%.
Hell, water will kill you if you drink too much of it. But the thing is
objectively
it's not,
significantly safer.
Yes. It doesn't create the carcinogens that combusted tobacco does.
Right.
There's essentially 4 ingredients. But anyways, my point being is they're appointing, it looks like they're appointing a new FDA director who is pro-vaping. He is a physician and has worked with vape companies to create a safer product for consumption. So I think in the next few months, this will be, it'll be a very interesting story as it unfolds for the vape community and for people that are trying to get off cigarettes. It helped me.
It helped, yeah, definitely.
I mean, 9 months ago, I made the decision that I was going to get off cigarettes after 26 years. And, you know, yeah, I'll have one every now and again, but going from 2 packs a day to maybe 3 cigarettes a week, if that.
I can think of a couple of times in history where you stopped smoking without vaping. And, you know, he's always pleasant because I don't have to sleep next to the guy or anything, but I hear about it. So it's just, you know, it's nice. It's nice. And I mean, that's one of those things when you start talking about the science of it, the objectively safer alternative. I also just personally find it kind of preposterous to suggest that this is a tobacco product since you extract the nicotine from non-tobacco sources. Eggplant has more nicotine than tobacco.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. It's like people think of nicotine as a really dangerous chemical. It's a stimulant like caffeine. And everything in moderation. If you're sitting around like consuming way too much of something, it's probably not going to be good for you. It's difficult to get empirical evidence that supports what's safe and what's not when it costs money to do double-blind, you know, real studies that are randomized controlled trials. It costs a lot of money to do that. And the only people with the purse strings big enough to actually support those types of trials have been the tobacco industry. And, you know, pure research, the government just hasn't really done a whole lot of it. So there's a lot of question marks out there. And what's interesting is what isn't a question mark, what the Europeans are doing. The Europeans have found enough empirical evidence and repeatable scientific method proved science just shows, hey, this is objectively safer. But we haven't done a whole lot of that with the FDA in America. So we've still got people going like, it's a cigarette. And, you know, I think it's understandable why they'd be freaked out by cigarettes. Because, I mean, come on, cancer sticks are pretty dangerous.
Coffin nails, whatever you want to call them.
They're terrible. And I can understand people would be like inherently like freaked out by it. But if you're a person who enjoys vaping, tell us all about it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it.
Send me a text. Hop onto my my Ed Moore profile on Facebook and send me some messages. If you have questions, send them my way and we'll discuss them on the show.
So did you guys hear about Mr. Rogers?
No.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, every single episode from PBS is going to be streaming for free on Twitch starting this week. And I don't know about you, but between Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross, that's like my total zen, like relaxation shit right there. Happy little trees.
Happy trees.
I always loved that shit. And Mr. Rogers, I'll tell you right now, I loved that guy.
There's no such thing as a mistake. It's a happy little accident.
That's exactly it. I mean, some people have made the argument that Mr. Rogers introduced a type of philosophy that's not so good for parenting and the idea that everybody's special, which means that nobody can be a fry cook. But, okay, fine. The guy was so freaking nice, man. I mean, he made you feel good and validated, and I love him. So if you got Twitch, and everybody has free access to it, watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Give yourself a daily dose of Mr. Rogers. Maybe you smoke some weed before you watch that Land of Make Believe shit, because that's
That's the one with the train, right?
the train
Yeah.
and the creepy chick with the big nose, the Lady Elaine, and the little Mew Mew cat.
I liked the cat.
Yeah.
The king was kind of weird. He was talking like this.
Somebody stepped on my left nutsack.
Well, how many nut sacks do you have?
Well, he's the king. He can have as many as he wants. If you think about
There
it.
is that.
If you think about it. I don't know. But either way, we've just been delighted to go ahead and get this process started. So, like, as I said, there's things like culture, news, entertainment. Have you guys seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2 yet?
Not yet.
Okay, no spoilers. Oh, they're going to watch it, and then we're going to come back, we're going to review it, because I freaking loved that movie. It was unbelievable. If you like the original one, you want to totally see that film. It is badass. No spoilers. Now,
I'm not
next
watching
week, fucking spoiling the shit out of that stuff.
I won't watch it.
You won't watch it?
No.
Why won't you watch it?
I didn't like the first one. I mean, I like Dave Bautista. Chris Pratt.
He plays such a bigger role in this movie.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe, you didn't like the first?
No.
You didn't get, I mean, like, that,
She wasn't hooked on a feeling.
No.
Like, I don't understand this. It's got Chris Pratt in it. He even arises my own latent homosexuality.
Well,
I mean, come on, he's handsome as hell.
He's got a pretty mouth.
He's a breeze, yeah. No? No Star-Lord?
No.
No Groot?
Nope.
No
Nope.
Rocky Raccoon?
Nope. Not into
What
beasts.
was your favorite Marvel movie so far? Okay, so Annie's waiting out for Last Jedi, which is coming out this December. And if you haven't noticed from the Star Wars memorabilia that she's already walking around with, Ed and Annie are two of the biggest Star Wars nerds that have ever existed. Can they even see that? No. The green screen is making your Boba Fett purse almost it's purple. Bring it over to Ed. Bring it over to Ed's side. It'll look right. Hey! Hey, bring him over here. We'll have a blue Mandalorian helmet. Whoa! Oh, look at that. It's like, oh, that's so badass. I love it. Okay, so, also, if you're in Bakersfield and you have an idea for a show, or maybe you're just a person who's like, maybe you want to produce a television show, maybe you just want to come work at the studio, maybe you're a multimedia student or a film student here at California State Bakersfield or Bakersfield College, contact us at Canoodle Studios. We have internships for education purposes. If you want to come and learn how to do video production, learn how to actually do it like an on-site remote, like film, we can do all that stuff. The other really cool thing about the Canoodle Studios network is it provides us with the opportunity to actually have like press passes. We're like a legitimate news source, even though people will call us fake news, because I'm probably going to throw a couple of fake news stories out there for fun. But I'll probably preface it as being fake news. But we get to do all that kind of fun stuff, and it'll be a blast. You guys want to do things. I think you wanted to go to restaurants and start doing like reviews of food and stuff, right?
Yeah. Kind of a consumer reports kind of thing. I had put something out on my Facebook page and asked for a couple different things. Is there something in town that you feel like you've been wronged? Have you had poor customer service somewhere? Anything that you want us to look into and say, look, this has been happening. This is, why did you do this to this person? And
Kind
then,
of like a fight back with David Horowitz type thing.
I'm into that, and I think that's a really great thing. If you
Right.
know of any stories in town where you think that somebody's being taken advantage of, exploited, or marginalized, make sure to reach out to us and reach out to Annie Black directly. She's going to be covering those types of stories, and I think it's going to be great. I also want to take
send
a
the
moment.
Italian after 'em.
Yeah, send the Italian after her. I'm going to tell you right now, man. She's like 6 foot tall, and she's kind of scary. And she talks with her hands.
A lot.
But we want to take a moment to thank the folks at South Brazilian, it's South Valley Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. South Brazilian!
South
Valley Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They're right here located next to us on 7 Seas Avenue, right off Fruitvale in Bakersfield. They're just a wonderful, fantastic Jiu-Jitsu studio. Tommy Little, who runs the facility, he's a great guy. He's got a bunch of wonderful students. Right now, Tommy's running a special that if you mention the Meathead Show, which airs from 6 to 9 in the morning, he's offering 2 months of free lessons to any woman. Any woman who wants to come in. It's a female empowerment month. Actually, it's summer he's running it. It's really, really cool. Tommy's one of those types of people, when you meet him, you just get charged and energized because he's just a great human being. You can just feel it when you meet him. He's super cool. There's no like bro douchiness over there. It's like, I've never seen a jiu-jitsu studio with so many like real people. There's an extreme lack of douchiness over there. They're super cool. We also want to take a moment to thank the Super Cheese comic book shop, which used to be the gaming spot. Now they've rebranded. They're the Super Cheese Comics. They're located right here in Seven Seas as well. They're one of the sponsors of the show. Great guys. Come by, get your collectibles, get your comics. They've also
they're just all around good people.
Yeah, all around good people. They've also got a really interesting bathroom with lots of posters you can look at. I have. If I take my cell phone with me to the restroom, I'm in there for half an hour. If I'm taking a restroom break in their place, I'm just like, oh, dude, look at the Spider-Man poster. And I mean, it's just like TikTok. It's go take a shit at Super Cheese comic book shop.
It's great.
And
Squeezy
in the bathroom.
Cheese. Squeezy cheese.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to him about that. That might be a branding opportunity
For the bathroom.
Yeah.
The squeezy cheese.
It just might not be good. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm gonna go squeeze some cheese.
Let's dropping the kids off at the pool.
Taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
That's right. Oh God. Yeah. Wait a minute. How did we get to the bathroom humor on the first episode?
Because you said it was gonna happen.
But you made me promise not to talk about your flatulence.
Which is non-existent.
Non-existent.
Yeah.
Annie does not fart.
Not anymore.
Women do not fart.
Ew.
Never happened.
It's a subtle kiss from a unicorn.
That's right. I pee glitter and fart confetti. Right?
Sure. Whatever you say, dear.
See?
Yeah.
It only took him 2 years.
I'd buy that for $1.
Right?
There's $1.
There is $1. Somebody left $1 up in the studio. So, on.
I can tell you who it wasn't.
Yeah.
Meathead.
Oh, come on! Are you making an ethnic slur against a member of the Jewish community?
Coming from a member of the Jewish community? No.
No, that's exactly true. That's just why I went, okay, fine. No, Ed, I'll tell you right now, though, Meathead has poured a lot of heart and soul into that show. You should check out Meathead and Desi Hour. Starts at 6 to 9. Desi's, of course, the Cuban Missile Crisis, located out there in Colorado.
Yep.
Fun guy. They do a morning call-in. And by the way, the More Black and Bait show, we're going to be doing calls. You're going to be able to call us in on a special number that we'll be displaying. It's a Google Hangout call, so you'll be able to reach us directly. So you'll be on the show, and we'll be able to see you. And if you don't want us to see you, you can just call us with an audio call.
I have on my Annie Black profile, I believe my Google phone number is listed on that profile.
Maybe we'll use that one.
We always used it before.
Yeah. Oh, then there was that one.
I have a Google Voice as well, so I'll post that on my on my Facebook page. So if you want to call in.
Yeah, you can text, call in, send messages. So it's just like.
And once we get the show going, we'll have a laptop set up here. That way we can actually get live questions and be able to answer them right as you send them to us.
If we're lucky, I might also have a 55-inch television up there with the comments streaming across it. So we'll kind of play with it. If the studio is just now starting, as you may or may not know, Canoodle Studios opened in April of this year. We've got about now 9 shows going. We've got the Big and Big Show, which of course comes on Wednesdays. We have the Play Tested Games guys. You can check out Play Tested Games every afternoon at about 2 o'clock. Really fun guys. Ian Rainey and Colin Audette and Gage Green and Alexander Hazelwood. They are some really, really fun guys. They develop tabletop games, and we're kind of versed in the tabletop gaming world. I mean, you know, Ed and I like to play a little bit of tabletop gaming. Have you ever done any like D&D or anything?
Cards Against Humanity is where I.
Dude, we should do a Cards Against Humanity. Like, we should play it live. We should also play with live viewers. I would love to play with a live viewer somewhere. That would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
I've got it. Okay, so Ed and I are friends with Ton and Evie Jones. And they're getting ready to go over to Slovakia soon. I don't know
to
if
have
you guys
a baby.
Right?
Because
well,
you do that.
That's Evie's
like
job.
Like you do.
I mean, she's growing the human.
Right.
So they would be fun to play with because Ton is...
Ton's filthy.
No, he's not.
He's funny, which means deep down inside he's filthy.
Well...
Ton's a really cool guy. You probably know him from a really popular show that was on. It was on TLC.
No, it was on Spike.
It was on
Auction
Spike.
Hunters. Yeah.
Auction Hunters.
So yeah, I introduced Ed
We're
on-
twins separated at birth.
Really? Yeah, yeah.
The sense of humor is.
I've always gotten a sense that Ton was really cool. I don't
Yeah.
personally know Ton. That's more Annie's thing. But like, he's always seemed like a really cool dude. So I'm
He
excited
is,
about
and
it.
his wife is freaking adorable. I love
Yeah.
her. She's on my Facebook friends list.
So she's
but-
Czech, Slovakian.
Slovakian.
She's Slovakian.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between being a Czech or a Slovakian? Is it Czech and Slovakia like slapped together?
No, they're separate countries.
They're separate now.
Geopolitical- Oh, that's right.
Under the Iron Curtain,
I'm
they were
sorry.
together.
I'm working underneath my 1990s era map in my head. Thank
There you go.
Right.
Welcome to
but
2017.
She's adorable. She puts up with him.
Yeah?
I don't know how.
Maybe because he puts out.
Because he does.
Yeah. Come on.
Apparently she's pregnant.
Yeah, apparently so. Congratulations, by
At
the
least
way, guys.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Good job with the swimmers, homie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They work. So I made them a baby blanket. I made them a little minion beanie too because Evie is a minion fan.
Yeah. So see, Annie, do you crochet or knit?
Both.
Man, I did cross stitching for a while because that's a manly thing. There's no
Total.
question. And but I
See, I'm reaching into my sack again.
she's reaching into her sack.
Again.
But what does the Italian Jew pull out of the bag?
My balls.
Oh,
Oh my!
boinks! What the fuck is that?
That's one big ball.
It looks
Told
like a
you I was
giant
Italian.
fucking moth in a cocoon inside a fucking jar.
Told you I was Italian.
I'm telling you, you got your goddamn sticks of death.
So,
What the fuck?
that would be
sparkly
a
and
sock.
shit.
That would be a sock. I made that. That's actually Scarlett's sock. I'm working on the other one.
It's a Scarlet stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Scarlet. Jesus, Jiminy Christmas. She got sparkly little.
She does have little sparkly little feet. And yes, I have my death sticks. I always carry them with me.
Right on, death sticks. That's kind of interesting. Now, I remember when you were like the hot painted lady, and now you're just the hot crocheting lady. What
No,
the
I'm
fuck?
still painted.
Well, I know you are, but like, you know. So Annie and I work together now 9 to 5 at an office. You get there at the freaking crack of dawn.
I do.
We work at a local company here in Bakersfield, really wonderful place, and it was really kind of funny. I started there about 1 year and 5 months ago, and Annie'd been there for a little bit, and I just walked in an interview, and I didn't even know she was physically there.
Yeah.
And for all these years we've known each other, now we get to see each other every day, and it's a delight.
Every day.
Every day. She's not even tired of me yet. It's really fun. Look at that. It's genuine face.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. So either way, Cards Against Humanity, we'll be able to do some of that shit. We got some other fun ideas coming up. So we appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to get us your questions and comments. And if there's anything you guys want to hear us do or talk about in Bakersfield, make sure to let us know because we're open to pretty much anything.
Right. Restaurants, if there's any new restaurants you guys have tried and you want us to go and check it out, we totally will because I don't think either one of us would say no to food.
I've never done so.
I've never turned down a meal.
I know. That was the other way that I wheeled you in because I
This
cooked
is
for
true.
you.
Oh yeah.
It'll
Made me
eat.
some Italian food. I
I
love
did.
to eat Italian.
He will eat Italian. All right, we've let the uncomfortable nerdiness go ahead and happen. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Look forward to seeing us Thursdays. I think Thursdays are a day.
Whatever day.
Thursday at 6 seems to be a pretty regular time slot. Might move around a little bit. The fun thing about watching these shows on YouTube or Facebook is you can watch them whenever the hell you want, but they should be going live then, so that would be the time to call in. Send us any questions any time of the day. We'll make sure to store them up on the the doobly-doos and bring them up on the show. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Take care. From more Black and Bates. Hope to see you soon.
See ya.